Hey Aquarius, what's going on? The first card that we have out here is Five of Swords. The second card is Ten of Swords. Okay. There could possibly be something going on between you and another person. When we have Five of Swords, this can be like, and Ten of Swords, it can be you get into a fight, you get into an altercation, maybe you're in a place of disagreement with another person. I feel like something, like the actual situation or the fight may have like ended, or you're not in the middle of it anymore, but I'm not seeing things like really feel like they're resolved. So you kind of have one of two options here. One is that this can be something that you open back up. The other thing that can be happening here is that you may just be like, maybe it has to be left like that. But either way, it feels like something is going to be happening here. And maybe that's going to be the choice that's made. Like, we're either going to try to bring this back up and work through it, or this is just something that we can't work past. Some of you, this is a repeated issue that's been popping up. Let's also say this too with the Five of Swords and Ten of Swords. This can be like somebody not really willing to get vulnerable. That can be something going on too. Okay. This can also be in a situation with somebody and you feel like they're not thinking of you or thinking about you and maybe not being considerate. Or this could be something that you did. Maybe you're like, that was kind of selfish of me. It happens. Okay, so that's that over there. I'm seeing something else going on. I'm not seeing the connection between the two right now. I feel kind of like that's a portion of the episode. Now we have Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is about making a move. It feels like after whatever this is that had happened, Knight of Pentacles is wanting to make moves that align with what's important to one right now. So it can be like, what's important for me to be investing in currently? Those are the steps that I'm going to take. Kind of like that didn't work, but maybe this will. With the Ten of Swords, I don't get the feeling that this is something that's still continuing. You may not have resolved what needed to be resolved, but it feels like we're not talking about it anymore. Like, we're not in the middle of arguing. Like, so you can be in a spot where it's like whatever it was that went down with you and this person, or with you in this situation, it can be something where you kind of just left it. Yeah, I don't get the feeling of this being resolved. I don't get the feeling. Oh, something else that I'm seeing with the Five of Swords and Ten of Swords, I feel like this could have been a situation where you could have acted like, you or the other person, maybe both of you all did this. It seems like there was at least one person that may have been like, this isn't getting to me, and it may have been like not easy to read that, but it kind of seems like behind closed doors, something very different is going on here. Because I'm seeing, why I'm saying that is that I'm seeing the red here, and it feels like wearing something else, but then when push comes to shove, it feels like something actually is exposed, but I feel like this is kind of privately. It's like when other people are looking, I'm like acting like I don't care, like I'm not affected by this, or like whatever. Now, when we get over to here, it feels like internally, though, there can be something that it feels like very exposed by this situation, maybe very affected by what's going on. Okay. Let's say this too. When we're in the position of the Five of Swords, sometimes we can also feel like there isn't an understanding for our plight in some way. Like, this person, like, I can't let my guard down because of like XYZ. So it feels like that brings us to a gridlock of some sort. Things can't continue past that point. Ten of Swords. After Ten of Swords, I'm seeing Knight of Pentacles. Now I'm seeing how Knight of Pentacles is connected. It feels like when you go through something and you feel like it's a very scathing situation, this person gets up but has armor on. So you see the continuation of the red. So it feels actually like the same person and now is like mobilizing something, now is making moves, but there's armor. So you can maybe be feeling a little bit, I don't know if it's like feeling jaded or like not feeling the most open after this situation. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's like, well, I am doing something here. I am making moves here, but you may not be feeling the most open. Maybe you also just, this can be saying, I feel protective of myself. I feel like I had to watch my own back here. I feel like I had to think of myself here. What happened, happened. Life goes on. I have to keep moving. But Five of Swords is looking back. So this can possibly be something that you still feel a type of way about. But I don't think that anyone would really be aware of this. Like, you may not be letting anyone in on that. I'm seeing Hermit on the bottom of the deck. It's Virgo. So yeah, maybe you feel like you're just acting normal. Ooh, Six of Cups and the Devil. Hi, baby. I wonder if you're getting a little bit turned around here. Some of you have somebody coming through. Or you could be thinking about this. I mean, if you're the Knight of Pentacles here, you can have somebody that you've been thinking about a lot. I'm hearing heavily. But I'm seeing Six of Cups be connected with the... Hi, baby. I'm seeing Six of Cups be connected here with the Devil, so that means that you may be like really fantasizing about a situation here. It may not really be... It may be just that. Hi. Do you want to come up? You want to come up here? You just want to sing for everybody? You could come up here if you want to. I don't know if this, you can come up, baby. I don't know if this would like really be the best idea here. Just like given what I'm seeing. I mean, having the Devil there and the Six of Cups feels like if you were to go in that direction, I feel like it could be like nice for a minute and then you'd like realize what trouble this is. I wonder too if this is like somebody that you had a situation with. Okay, I'm getting a couple different storylines. You may have had a falling out with this person and you can be thinking about returning. They may be thinking about returning. You could have had a falling out with another person and now you can be thinking about returning to something that you feel familiar with. But having the Devil there, I feel like you would know. You would go into that situation. Six of Cups is like, it could feel nice for a minute. It could feel nostalgic for a minute. It could be like really sweet for a minute, but then having the Devil there, I feel like there would be some heavy baggage that comes with it. And you may feel like you can't really truly find what you want. Like it may have been something maybe different in the past for you, and now where it is, having the Devil there, I feel like this wouldn't be like the actual answer to what it is that you're looking for, but that doesn't mean you wouldn't enjoy it for a moment. When we have the Six of Cups, we can really feel like, I just feel a sense of like fantasizing about something, but I don't think that the reality would like totally match that. And this can be just like thinking about the good things or like the good memories and not remembering the other stuff, and then you get back in that situation and you're like, oh, I wasn't thinking about all those other things that I know are actually involved in this situation. That kind of like deters me, but that may be something that you're not really seeing when we have Six of Cups and the Devil. That can be like amnesia. I'm only remembering those like the nice sweet parts of things, and then I get involved and I'm like, how did I get here again? So just things to think about, I guess. You can also want something immediately. Like, I want to feel better immediately, or like, I want something solid immediately. This may not like actually cultivate that, but it can be something where like if you immediately want something, this may be a way to kind of like instantaneously do that. So what have you been up to? Five of Swords connected with Ten of Pentacles. Some of you can be getting in a fight with like a family member, or somebody that would be like a family member to you. Doesn't have to be the only thing. Maybe something was like disturbing your peace a bit as well. Yeah, I do get the sense that if things would have gone like maybe the way that you wanted, I don't really think this situation, especially that initial situation that I saw, I don't think that it would have gone like that. But I feel like you had to do something that you had to do. Like Five of Swords is not always something that we're doing that's like not in our best interest. Well, I guess any Five of Swords, there's a part of us that thinks it's in our best interest, even if even if it's like not necessarily. But in this case, with Five of Swords and Ten of Pentacles, I feel kind of like you got put in a situation where you had to decide something, and there may have been like a need for self-preservation in this situation, even if that meant that something had to close out because of it. Like maybe you had to stand up for yourself. Maybe you were put into a situation where there was some type of conflict and you needed to think about what's precious to you and what's important to you, and you had to do something. Maybe you didn't want to have to do something, but it was like I had no other choice. I had no other option. Having Ten of Pentacles and having Ten of Swords is like I have something that I like. When we have it's more than just something that we like. It's like something that we cherish, something that's important to us, something that we want to keep around. So there could have been something going on that challenged that. Having Ten of Swords can be like something that happened that maybe like chipped away at that a little bit, or you having to say like, I do like want this to be around for a long time, but if it's gonna be bringing this up for me, or if it's, I don't know, like something could have happened where you felt like you had to make a tough choice, or you were in a situation where a difficult choice was made. But now I'm seeing that situation not be in the interplay any longer, but energetically it is. So even though it feels like the situation technically is over, I'm hearing stabilize the roots. Maybe really in order to like keep things in right order, you had to do something that maybe isn't necessarily your preference to be doing, but you just felt called to, like you had to. Otherwise it could have jeopardized something important to you. You may not have been willing to do that. I feel like this could have like maybe pushed you out alone a little bit. Like maybe this pushed you out on your own a little bit. Five of Swords connected with Nine of Pentacles, like maybe you had some type of nice space, like a nice garden that you have that you're tending to it, and something was coming through and you had to like defend the territory a little bit. Not because you don't, like if something would come into the space and be like compatible with the space, I'm seeing there be an openness to that. But if something's coming through and threatening that, like the quality, it can be something where you're like, no, just have to cast it out in some way. So it feels like something had to be done. And I get this feeling again, like I had no other choice. But yeah, it can feel like there was some type of lack of understanding here that I'm seeing. Now you can be in a spot. We have Knight of Pentacles, we have Ten of Cups. You can be like laying down important bricks right now that are associated with your pursuit of happiness. You can be making moves right now where you feel like it's connected with stability and it's connected with hard work, and the steps that you're taking are deliberate, and even though it takes time to build, it can be something where like, this is worth it to me. I'm like creating a life that I feel good about, that I feel better about, that I feel happy with even. So with that going on, I'm seeing not, I'm seeing Six of Cups be coming up. So this can be you possibly entering into a period that feels like nice again after going through something that didn't really feel like that. After going through something that felt rough, you can be possibly entering into a period that feels sweet again. But I'm seeing something in the environment where like it may be a little bit of a wrong turn that you feel moving in the direction of, and you just want to be mindful of this. Because I feel like you're at a little bit of a crossroads, and one of the paths may be what you're actually legitimately going to feel like happy, content, at peace with. There may be something else that feels somewhat familiar in the environment that you could possibly go back into, but this feels like something that you would know is kind of problematic. Like I feel a little bit like, I think that this is slightly radioactive, and you can feel that, you can sense that, but it can still feel appealing to you. I mean, not to you like totally, but there can be pieces of you that this intrigues and maybe calls. Like a siren is what this feels like. But you can feel as well like it's something that will put you in a situation maybe you don't want to be in. So this is feeling like return it. Yeah, I do feel like you could have started to go in that direction, and then you were like, never mind, and like go back. But something could have really had you on the hook almost, but then it's like at the last minute you get away. Yeah, it's like you're walking and you're hearing something calling to you, and you're like, I don't think that this is the best idea for me to go in this direction, and you get like closer and closer and closer, and then like right before you can't turn back, you like happen to turn back. I'm seeing that go on here. I'm seeing the High Priestess. I'm seeing the High Priestess wanted to come out, but having that devil above it can be like something kind of hijacked your intuition. Like something, it's like you're on the phone with your higher self, and it's the devil gets on the phone and is pretending to be your higher self, and is like, yeah, go in this direction, go in that direction. But then you catch on to what's going on, and you're like, okay, I see it. I hang the phone up. So instead of having High Priestess, the world actually came out. So I feel like this is something that like maybe was a bit of a close call, but then you figured it out. And so it seems like everything's on track now. I feel too like you were like trying to figure something out, and I do feel like put your best foot forward. There's just something in the environment that I feel like hijacked something for a moment, but then you figured it out and did whatever needed to be done here to stop that. That's what I'm seeing. Seeing the devil and seeing the world, this is both Capricorn and Saturn. So there may be something going on with Saturn that this is connected with. This can be Saturn transiting for you. This can be the Saturn in your birth chart. There may be some type of connection with Saturn here that this is involved with. It may be part of your Saturn theme. Ending with the world shows that you have figured something out, that you have accomplished it, and that you have completed it. And I do feel like this is something that is difficult to come out of, very easy to fall into, and yeah, you could have been like very much on the verge of doing that. However, it seems like something just clicked for you and there was a reroute. But I do feel this sense of a close call here of some sort. I'm seeing a new chapter that's going to be starting for you, and it feels like it's not going to have some type of baggage that it potentially could have if you hadn't caught this. I feel kind of like with Six of Cups and the Devil, it reminds me of a retrograde energy that like may really like siren you back into something, and you having to break the spell here. but it could have been something that like really clamped onto you and you had to dismantle that to like pull yourself away so you're not under the influence of that. And because of what's recently been going on, it could have been something that maybe made this situation more appealing. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.